Hello and welcome back to my favorite people, and thank you very much for watching this lecture video. The subject of this video is going to be amide and the least reactive carboxylic acid derivatives. Amide can be prepared by using any of other carboxylic acid derivatives, starting with an acyl chloride, anhydride, or an ester. But if you use an acyl chloride, because leaving group can form technically HCl, we need to have X's from the base in order to neutralize that acid. And amide can be prepared by treating acyl chloride with X's, or at least 2 moles from NH3. In that case, we will get amide plus HCl and HCl, but HCl cannot stay as it is. It will be combined with excess of the ammonia, and that's going to turn to NH4Cl. NH4, it has a plus charge, and Cl, a negative charge. It's simply just a salt. That's going to help us to push the reaction toward product side. If you treat amide with an aqueous acidic solution or basic solution, you can run hydrolysis. In both cases, the amide, the NH2 group, it will leave the system. If it's acidic, in the acidic condition is going to start with taking H from the hydronium, and at the end, NH2, it will be replaced by OH. So technically, we will get RCO, and instead of NH2, we will get an OH. And NH2 is not a good leaving group, but in the presence of an acid, it will take technically H, and then it will leave the system. Remember, this one, it has a lone pair, so it's capable of accepting an H. But when this one leave the system, it will leave as an NH3. The solution is acidic, and because we have excess from acid, this one is going to react with H+, and it will turn to NH4+, and it will be paired with any anion that we have inside the solution. Now, this reaction is slow, and in order to push it, we have to use heat, and in reality, we use high temperature. Can we run the reaction under basic condition? Yes, it's possible. This time, our nucleophile is stronger than water, but the carbonyl group is not activated, so we're going to have some hard time to technically run the reaction. The OH, it will go after the carbonyl group, and it will turn it to RCO, and then here we get OH plus NH2. This one had one lone pair. Now, if this one take the 2 electrons and leave as NH2, then we will have a second lone pair. That means this one is going to have a negative charge. This is strong base. Well, neighbor one is an acid. That cannot happen. You can have a strong base close to an acid. That means the base is going to go after the acidic H, and it will remove that one, and it will turn it to RCO OH. O minus. That means it's a carboxylate. And the NH2, it will turn to NH3 or ammonia. Now, this is going to be the mechanism of the reaction. As I mentioned, the first step is adding OH to the carbonyl, and now we got a negative charge on oxygen, and that oxygen, it can do rebound or form a double bond with the carbon. And in that case, NH2 has to leave the system. If NH2 leave the system, it will have a negative charge, while the neighbor one is acid. And as I mentioned, and now we will have acid-base reaction, and that's going to give us a carboxylate plus NH3. So we did not get an acid. We got a carboxylate. And what does it mean? It means we need to run another, technically reaction or a workup in order to get an acid. And I'm going to highlight this species. Whenever you get the carboxylate, you have to treat the final product with aqueous solution. So then the carboxylate, it will turn to carboxylic acid. But then what's going to happen with NH3, if you treat it with acid, with H+, this one is going to turn to NH4. But you don't get those until you apply the acidic solution. Amide can be reduced by a strong reducing agent like LaH or lithium aluminum hydride. And the first step of the reaction is going to be this. We have aluminum with 4 hydride attached to it, hydrogen with a negative charge. This one is going to go after the carbonyl, and we will get such a product. We get R. Next step, we will have here O, and O, it will have a negative charge. So this one will have a negative charge, and then we added a hydrogen. So I'm going to write the hydrogen here. We have an NH2 there. Remember, nitrogen, it has a lone pair, so I'm going to write the lone pair there. And let me rewrite the number of those hydrogen. So we have two hydrogen, one here, another hydrogen there. It's just an NH2. Now, what's going to happen with rest of this chemical compound? We have aluminum with three hydrogens, so I'm going to write those. We have aluminum with three hydrogens, and aluminum with three hydrogen is a Lewis acid. It means it has an empty orbital, so it's capable of accepting a lone pair from somewhere, and the closest element to it is oxygen that has a three lone pair. So now we will have a bond between those, between aluminum and oxygen. And if that one happened, now on hydrogen that is attached to aluminum, it has a negative charge or partial negative charge because it has more electronegativity, higher electronegativity than aluminum, while hydrogen attached to nitrogen is electropositive. So these two very soon are going to see each other, and they will leave the system as H2. So we're going to say minus H2. Okay. Now, what's going to happen with those two electrons? Those two electrons, they will technically get, they will show up on nitrogen, or it can be used to technically make a double bond with carbon. Well, oxygen is going to leave the system with those two electrons, and it will make a bond with aluminum. So we're going to get this. We're going to get R attached to carbon. There was one hydrogen here, and then nitrogen had two hydrogens, lost one of them. It has a lone pair, and also we made a double bond. Okay, so we have a pi bond, and that pi bond, it can be reduced by another mole from aluminum hydride, lithium aluminum hydride. If I treat it with another mole from LAH, again, we will insert one more hydrogen. We had one hydrogen. That was the original one. I'm going to add one more to the double bond. And if that one happened, then this pi is going to shift, is going to move toward nitrogen. And we will get a negative charge on nitrogen. Remember, nitrogen had one lone pair, now got the second. So this one, it has a negative charge. And the last step that you want to do, you will treat this with acidic solution. And this is the reason that we need to add water or aqueous solution to it in order to neutralize the negative charge. So next step, I will treat it with water. And that's going to give me, that's going to give me R, CH, and then here I will get NH2 with a lone pair. So that's a primary amine. With with a strong reducing agent, you can simply get rid of the oxygen and replace it by H2. So it's kind of like a dehydration. We got, water out of the system and oxygen out of the system, but we added hydrogen. So it's not really 100% dehydration. That's not 100% correct to say it. Okay, now I can, I can prepare the amide through, treating, for example, an alkyl halide with cyanide. So if we treat it, we will have this nucleophile will go after primary carbon, and that's going to give us a CN. And okay, so it's just a simply SN, like an SN2 reaction, and replace the bromide by cyanide. Now, from there, we can, we can reduce this, like the cyanide, and we can turn it to an amine, which is going to be subject of next lecture. But for now, I'm going to stop here, and thank you very much.